What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video today, I am doing something that I preach to almost never do. I sold my stocks, you guys. It's kind of a nutty thought. I never thought that I would, but to be honest with you, there is a certain part in your investment journey that you may need to sell some stocks for whatever reasons. You may be profiting pretty well and want to take some of that profit, so you might sell 30 to 50%. I mean, whatever is up your alley, there is a time and a place to sell stocks. So you guys, today I'm going to tell you what stocks I sold, why I sold them, and explain a little bit behind the scenes of what my thought process was. So let's just have a moment of damn silence for the stocks that I sold. All right, let's roll it. You already know though, if you are new here, what is going on? My name is Nikki and it would mean the absolute world to me if you would consider subscribing by hitting the NB in the bottom corner or that original OG red subscribe button. Join the crew, join the journey. I post 2 times, trying to 3, but 2 times a week on this channel about stock market investing, money, finance, business, a vlog here and there, side hustle, money, any money mindset type of crap I like talk about. So if you're into that, or if you're into just vibing out with me like I am with all y'all, please consider subscribing. All right, now really freaking quick before I jump into the stocks and kind of all that crap, I want to give you 3 reasons why I decided to sell these stocks, okay? Reason number 1 is just straight up naive, ill-prepared, ill-educated. Is that a word? Uneducated. Oh Lord. These stocks were basically, you know, I began my investing journey in December of 2019, towards the mid-end of December, and for the first 2 or 3 months I really was just picking stocks based off of what YouTubers were saying, what podcasts were saying, CNBC, analysts, some books. I didn't educate myself on the company. I educated myself on people's opinions, and I was like, hey, if it's good enough for Warren Buffett, if it's good enough for Andre, if it's good enough for Graham, if it's good enough for Kevin, if it's good enough for JJ, if it's good enough for all these good, you know, investing type people and channels and all that, then it's got to be good enough for me. And I quickly learned that no, you have got to just figure it out for yourself and not lean on the opinion and input of other people wholeheartedly. The second reason that I sold these stocks kind of snowballs off the first one, but it's because of producing this content and really grinding out these videos on this channel about civic stock market, investing and money and finance and just the stock market in general, is that I've truly educated myself and done a ton of research on the companies that I talk about and a lot of the additions after that first 2 to 3 month mark. And I've just personally fell in love with so many companies because I understood it, and I just felt like this personal attachment to it. And maybe that's because I'm a girl, I don't know, we in our emotions a lot of the time, but I'm just saying, like, I became really involved because I really supported and believed in these companies. And the third reason is because honestly, like, I had 38 stocks in my portfolio, and when I'm scrolling through my phone, or it's time for me that I'm thinking I'm gonna pull the trigger and put some more money into the market, I never really thought about these stocks. Like, I was never like, oh yeah, I want to add more to that. I had other ones in my brain, and it was kind of just like a flyover stock, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't really, like, I wasn't excited about it. I was like, yeah, I have it, cool. And I never really thought about adding more to it like I do some of these other ones. So for those 3 reasons, I really had to like analyze and think about, you know what, girl, maybe we should sell them and put that money into ones that really you love and believe in. Alright guys, so the first stock that I really had to just, you know, evaluate and really think real deep about what the heck I wanted to do with it, because it didn't fire me up from the inside really, and that was Bank of America. Now, here's the thing with Bank of America, I honestly truly, like, I did not like it. I didn't love it. I was just kind of like, I think Warren Buffett has it, and I've seen some other YouTube people had it, and I was like, sounds good to me. I can add that. It's pretty cheap, so I got into it pretty decently. But I ended up selling my Bank of America 5 shares for a total of almost $118. Now, to be honest with you, you guys, if you've watched my portfolio video, I will link it up here for you, but you know I have JPM, I have American Express, and a new one that I just added, Citigroup. Now, here's what I was thinking in my brain. I am obsessed with JPM and American Express. I think JPM is awesome. I personally bank with them through my auto loan. I just love the interface, the customer service, all that good stuff. Not gonna go in depth. I love American Express. I think they're amazing. Their credit card line, I think, is one of the best. I think it's suffering a little bit now, and I think at the $90 to $95, you know, range for American Express is really good idea to go ahead and either add or jump on because they are so heavily heavily tied, at least in my opinion, to the travel and airline industries. A lot of businesses use American Express cards for like airline perks, travel perks, and I think once that comes back and becomes more normalized for us, American Express is going to jump back up. So JPM and American Express, love. Citigroup is like my new favorite addition. I think there is an insane amount of room for growth. It's trading around the 50 mark right now, and pre-COVID it was like 75, I think. So I think there's a great opportunity to make some capital gain in there just from pre-COVID levels. Plus they pay like a 4.9% dividend, and quite honestly with you, I just did, like I said, enough research about Citigroup that I was fired up about Citigroup, and anytime I wanted to add to a position, I wanted it to be Citigroup or JPM or American Express, never Bank of America. And for that reason, I kind of just wasn't fired up about it. So I went ahead and cut ties with Bank of America, and that's just that, y'all. And also, as you guys could see in that little screen bit there, I did make these position changes on Wednesday, July 1st. So if you're watching this later, obviously you're gonna watch it later. I'm not even posting it until the 3rd. So just, you know, bear that in mind. You know, your girl did this early, okay? So I don't know what's going on in the market on Friday. If I did, I'd be wealthy. Just know that, and let's go ahead and jump right into the next one. All right, y'all, we had some clouds roll on in here to the party, but the next one I'm gonna talk about is a stock that honestly, in my last video, I talked about it as being my fun stock. I have like 2 fun stocks. If you know what those 2 fun stocks are, let me know down below, because I have parted ways with one of them. And you guys, that is Kellogg. Now, honestly, I really didn't want to part ways with Kellogg. I do love the brand. I do love the business. I think they're going to be here a very long time, but I had to sell them because this stock specifically was one that I just found myself scrolling past and like never really wanting to invest more. I always had other choices. And for that, I don't want my money just sitting somewhere if I'm not going to keep investing into it, or like be excited about it, or believe in it, or like forget that I own it. So as you can see, I sold 2 shares for $66.05 a pop. So I walked out with $132.09. Now on Bank of America, I did end up taking like a $3 profit. On Kellogg, I took like a 60-cent loss. So I don't really, I mean, it's whatever. I didn't sell out of these for profit reasons. Let's just put it that way. So I think it is very important to have fun stocks in your portfolio, especially in your 20s. Like, you're young enough, like if you don't want to do the day trading thing and you don't want to do a ton of research, if you're just kind of like, hey, I like Pop-Tarts and I like Special K and I'm gonna buy a little bit of that and see what happens, then cool, I think you should do that. But for me, I found myself getting so passionate about this whole thing that like Kellogg just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know what it is. Like, if you commented down below my 2 fun stocks, you knew that Wendy's was the other one, and I love Wendy's. Like, I want to add more to Wendy's, I just know it's overpriced right now. So I'm kind of just waiting for the right time to pull my trigger on Wendy's, because I think they're the best fast food restaurant out there. Come at me if you disagree. They are still something that I really want to buy into, and Kellogg was kind of one that I just like, I don't know. Kellogg was the very beginning. I remember I would be at work and I'd plug an earphone in and I would listen to their earnings report, and I liked it, but I don't know. Like I said, I was just found myself scrolling through and just not really paying it any attention, and I don't really want that in my portfolio. Alright, so this next one honestly might be a very unpopular opinion that I'm going to say. A shit ton of people really love this, and quite frankly, it's the reason why I bought into it is because of the hype. It was a monthly paying dividend stock. All the YouTube people that I watch have like hundreds of shares of it, to be honest with you, and so I just grabbed it because I was like, hey, okay, let's get it. But the thing is, like, I literally don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I just don't even know what else to say besides that. Like, I fell into the hype, and here's the other thing. So you're already gonna know what it is, okay? It's SPHD. But here's the thing with ETFs, and I know I mentioned in a previous video that I am going to be focusing a lot on ETFs most likely in July. And I've also kind of thought about that, and to be honest with you guys, I love ETFs. I think they're amazing. I think they're so safe, and I think they're really honestly what we should be focusing on for security in the future. But that's just it. It's security for the future. And so I have an M1 portfolio with a Roth IRA that I put a couple $100 into a month into 4 different ETF index funds that I literally just put that in there and forget it. I have VUG, which is Vanguard Growth. I have VOO, which is just Vanguard S&P. I have VTI, which is the total stock markets. I have VTV, which is Vanguard Value, which is a mix of dividend and growth. And so I have those 4 ETF index funds in my Roth IRA and M1 Finance that I just put money into, and I kind of forget about it because ETFs are not sexy. Let's just put it that way. And so in my Robinhood portfolio, portfolio, I really want this to be more of my fun, passionate research, kind of gambly slash dividend paying kind of common stock things, not so much ETF. I'm gonna leave that in M1. And so this one was just one that I really don't like. You guys know I love SPYG, SPYV, SPYD, and now I have DIV. Damn, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm going to be keeping those ones in my portfolio, and I probably will cap out around, I don't know, like 25, maybe 50 shares of each, but I really want my ETF focus to be in that kind of retirement fund that I set up for myself. And like I said, have Robinhood kind of be the fun little game, okay? And so I know this is a very unpopular thing, but I just really do not like SPHD. For a monthly paying dividend stock, I would much rather have realty income because I'm a real estate agent. I like that industry. It's a passion of mine. And so I just, even though it's an ETF, it's a little less risky. I don't know, like realty income would just be a better choice for me. So I do want to add that into my portfolio. I do not have it, but SPHD was not doing it for you, girl. So you can see that I sold 5 shares at 33.03 for a total of 165.13. I think I took a little loss on it, to be honest with you. I don't really even know. It doesn't really matter to me, but I think it's like a 30-buck loss or something like that. But yeah, in good spirits, like I just really didn't like it at all. I thought it was lame. Like if you look at the 5-year, like that's just like stagnant. Like it's a straight line, and I honestly don't want that in my portfolio. Like I just don't. Maybe in my Roth, but not in my Robinhood portfolio, just because it pays a decent dividend if you put a shit ton of money in there. Like I just have other options. And so for me, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the ETFs in the Roth. I'm going to just add to those 3, basically 4 that I really do like, but cap it out, sell the SPHD, and then that brings me to the whole, what the heck did you buy with all that extra money? So I did have a little bit of a shopping spree. I had about almost $500 from selling all those, and yes, I'm aware if I didn't have them long as a year, then I'm gonna get taxed, whatever, it's all good. But this first stock is actually brand new, and I normally don't go over new purchases until the last video or one of the last videos of the month, when I go over all of my purchases for the month. So if you're into that, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss it, because your girl always be producing that. But I'm going to give you a sneak peek, you guys, and that is Honeywell. Now I had my eye on Honeywell for a while. I never really mentioned it. It is in the industrial sector, which we all know industrials and materials are not up your girl's alley, but I do know Honeywell. It's a name I know, it's a brand I know. I researched them, listened to old earnings, like did the whole bit, and I went ahead and finally bought 1 share at $143.86 this morning. So as you can see, I'm up about 25 cents today, but they do pay a 2.46% dividend, and I'm really excited about Honeywell. I really wanted to get it into the portfolio. And a fun fact, there is one more stock I really want to add to my portfolio. I just think it's insanely overpriced right now, so you're gonna have to stay tuned to see if I actually do it this month. If it ever comes down to a reasonable price point to enter, I will definitely be doing that. But this is the only new one that I purchased today, and the other 3 I just absolutely adore. So those are 1 share of Johnson & Johnson. You guys already know how I feel about Johnson & Johnson, so I bought 1 share at $140.61 this morning. You guys already know the next one too, probably. I went ahead and added 1 more share of Pepsi for $132.80. I love Pepsi. Do you see what I mean? Like I'm just so much more excited about buying these. Like the other ones were like snooze fest city for your girl. These excite the heck out of me. And then I think I already mentioned this, but the last one that I added positions to was Citigroup. Now Citigroup, I added 2 more shares for $50.65 per share for a total of $101.29. Love Citigroup. Look what I said before. They're up here about 80 bucks, 79 bucks. I don't know. And they pay a 4.06% dividend, and their current PE ratio is almost a 7, which means I think it's kind of undervalued. You could argue and say it's because it's not going to do that well, but I disagree. Just because if it makes it back to pre-COVID levels, you can make some pretty good profits there. I just really had to pull the trigger and get rid of those couple because I just wasn't with it. And I let outside opinions influence my decisions at that point, and I just didn't take responsibility. I cannot wait to see what happens. I do plan on adding more to the portfolio as the month goes along, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss that. You guys, if you disagree with anything, please let me know down below, and if you've made it this far, please smash the damn thumbs up button. It honestly means so damn much to me. You have no freaking idea. The algorithm loves it, and it really truly makes my dream more of a reality every time. And if you're this far and you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit the damn button, join the crew. And if you're hearing my voice right now, you gonna get some sloppy kisses. Come here, you know you are the real MVP. And like always, you guys, enjoy the journey, whatever your journey is, and always remember to do it, set your hearts on fire, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye guys.